Welcome back to Squatch Trades. Let's talk about how to find your bias to know which direction you're taking. If we look at the price action here, we can see that price took out this low and has moved bearish ever since. We put in a high, and then the market came back and took that high out. And ever since taking that out, the price has come down, sold off, induced more sellers at the low here. Definitely clearly showing that we have a clear downtrend, and we can clearly identify which way the market is moving. Daily time frame clearly shows shorts, but now that we understand that some sort of buyers are trapped here, we could see a reaction to the upside from here as well, but would assume that we're going to look to just hit some sort of liquidity block and liquidity from above and continue down. So we see the same thing in the 4-hour time frame. We see that that high got taken, and then the low got taken afterwards, trapping buyers, inducing sellers. So the market is definitely in a sell-off. So we can see once more clear trend of price action here. So 4-hour time frame shows shorts as well. So pretty simple already. But now let's look to the left on the 4-hour time frame. We need to understand how far we could see price potentially moving. We've got some engineered liquidity, straight line liquidity, whatever you want to call it, here to the left. So this is a target for sure for the shorts to come down into. And we see we have a liquidity block to the left here, which with the strategy, we know that once the price action built up under the liquidity block is taken, we're likely to see some sort of trap induced and a price action, move in the opposite direction. So it's always the same logic, whether it's on the higher time frame or the lower time frame. So we're just looking to understand where the liquidity is. Traders put stop losses, take profit partials at the lows and the highs. So that's where the market is always going to be moving. It uses that liquidity to fuel moves. So with this trap framework, we're just looking to understand where traders are induced and trapped, and that helps us understand the direction. So that is really the focus. So right now we just need to understand where is liquidity getting engineered. And so now that we've taken these lows out here, we could see price run back to the highs. We don't know. But because we are in such a bearish situation and we have a target to the left, very confident that this is a great opportunity to continue in shorts. So I think the bias is pretty clear at this point. So we don't need to stress. That's what I love about this strategy, is we're just waiting patiently for traps to be set, and that's the only go. And we're not waiting for anything other before we enter other than traps. So identifying those is really important, and that is what's next. So I would say at this point it's confirmed with current price action. We're looking for shorts. That's the only direction that I would trade, but not until sellers get trapped. And so this is the most important part of it all. I've got a ton of videos on this already, ton of live trades I've taken and recorded as well. So that's really what we want to focus on. But now that you know how to find your market bias, don't make the mistake most traders make, just jumping straight into an entry. In part 2, I'm going to show you how to identify the actual setup and find the liquidity block that tells you where the trap is forming. And so that's obviously incredibly important, and that's what's up next. So I'll see you there, but be sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate any support that you guys can show for the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.